let's say you were 2 years into your relationship and you had to assemble your own flowers.
She wouldn't care.
I don't know. I'm just not that kind of person.
Alex is happy she gets a gift at all.
Answer.
Yeah, I am
That's
not
an
a
impossible question. I don't know why I asked it.
I'm like, you can't ask me that because I generally don't like receiving. I like giving.
Are there...
Shut the fuck up, Brett.
Oh, boy.
Mic drop.
See you later.
Bye.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh, God.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What?
Let's use this
Go
scenario.
ahead.
Let's do it right
So Alex and I
now.
watched Black Mirror. It
We
came
binged
out.
it.
Came
You
out
don't
last
binge
week.
it.
Do you not consider 3 hours binging?
No, I said on the precast, I'm saying it now, to be binge-worthy, I think has to be at least 5. Binging is not about length of time, I think. It's about number of individual things.
I think it's about a season,
How many episodes is binge watching?
Well,
According
we
to
just asked him.
according to Google.
a survey conducted by Netflix in February 2014, they need
That's
to redo
5
this.
years ago.
They need to redo
Yeah.
this.
Before
Nope.
binging really
This
took
is,
off.
yeah. It says 73% of people define binge watching as watching between 2 to 6 episodes. 2?
2? No.
No.
No. Okay. I think.
This just rendered itself irrelevant.
It did. That was a very dumb.
Throw your phone.
It was very subtle. Throw your phone.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh, shoot. You okay?
You were gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give
horse?
me time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh, shoot.
Put it out. Now flex your foot up like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 258.
Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Hope
Yep.
everybody had a lovely one. We took it off. That's a week ago already. God dang.
Yeah, it was.
Time is flying. It's already June.
Yeah.
Halfway of 2021.
June 7.
It's not getting any better, man. The heat's getting worse here, and we have one window unit.
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
right. It's going to rack up, man. It's going to be tough. But how are you holding up? How was your 2 weeks?
Well, the first week was good, but
Yeah.
Friday before Memorial Day at work, the power went out, and it was a week-long problem because we had to bring in generators, and it was just a mess. And so
Oh.
that was not
Bringing
fun.
generators. Wow.
Yeah,
I
to
remember when
run the
that's
whole
happened
store.
before. Wow. When I was working at Walmart, oh, God, back in 2007, I believe, is when the power went out for a full day, and they had to seriously get everything out of the bunkers and put into,
Well, imagine
For-
doing that 4 to 5 times.
like, unloading, loading, unloading, loading kind of stuff.
Like, take it all out, put it on refrigerator trucks, bring it back in, put it back on the shelf. We
Oh
did
my
that
God.
4 times.
Oof. Oh.
Wow.
When did the power go out? Friday, you said?
Friday morning,
Huh.
like a week ago Friday.
was
like a week ago last
Did it
Friday.
storm?
No, it was not weather related. It was
Oh.
old equipment.
Oh.
Great.
The transformer connected to the building had problems.
Oh, well, that's awesome. It was probably built when that building was.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
And
we
my store was built in 1992.
yeah.
That's old.
It's pretty old.
We We did a cookout on Memorial Day. It was pretty nice out. It was actually a perfect day.
It's a nice day.
It was really
Could
nice.
have been just a smidge warmer so that if there was wind, it wasn't just a little bit chilly.
Yeah.
But the food was good.
Oh, yeah. That was the first time I hosted a grill before, so it was really nice to do. But, yeah, we had a few friends over, and, yeah, it was quite a weekend. We had a lot of lawn work to do and stuff. I cleaned up a lot of the lawn. Like, I've been really trying to do a lot of landscaping. I don't know why. It's just a thing that I've been doing.
Maybe it's a natural, manly thing.
Maybe. Like, I chopped up all these sticks that we had in our backyard, and we burned them in our little burn pile. Alex and I had a small...
Do you have a hatchet?
No, but we have a... it's I don't know. Is it a wire cutter?
It's not
It's
a
a
wire
hedge clipper.
color. It's yeah.
No, I guess it's a hedge
It's like a
clipper.
hedge
Yeah.
clipper. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's meant for that.
Yeah.
So I was the year prior, last year, I was actually cutting down like sticks off the trees to trim the trees and stuff. But yeah, so it was that was our Memorial Day weekend. Really, we've just been moping around the past few days, really. But yeah, that's about it for us. Anything else going on with you?
Well, I was off yesterday, and I was supposed to be off today, but I had to go in at like 1:45, and I stayed till 5:30, and I was cranky. I was yelling at everybody who got in my way.
Aw.
And I even told, so I have a bunch of high school kids on my team,
Well, yes.
and I told one of my older guys to go tell this one associate to not approach me, because I was not having it, and he's a challenging one. He's one of those kids who can't take the temperature or read the room and know what not to do.
Was it like that one dude we worked with, the blonde dude,
You'd have to be more
Eric?
specific.
Eric?
Well, no, because I don't remember much about him.
Oh, really?
But, no. But this kid, he just, like I say, he can't read his surroundings and
Does he
react
test you
appropriately. Oh, yeah.
purposely?
Not on purpose.
Oh.
He can't differentiate between something that should be brought up and something that can wait. So I told my older
Oh, I love
associate,
that.
I
I'm
said,
kind of that person.
tell him not to approach me because I can't handle it today, you know? And
Too much
so,
heat.
Of course, he came up, and I did not respond very well.
Okay.
And he did it twice. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, that
Don't
was
As
was
Approach
me.
Brett's bubble.
as his lead, is there something you can put on their record for that?
No, I mean, it wasn't that big a deal, but what
Just-
irritates me is that it was something that could wait.
Hmm.
And if I was not there, which I was not supposed to be there, then he wouldn't be able to talk about it anyway. So, of course it can wait, you know?
Like it didn't matter at the time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yesterday, Alex and I went to Silver Beach. Drove the 2.5 hours north and laid on the sand, and it rained for a good 20 minutes. It was pretty heavy rain, actually, to the point where Alex was getting rather we were separated at that point. So let me tell the story. We ordered some pizza. I had to walk like a few, I don't know, maybe half a
Maybe
mile.
a half a mile.
Yeah, to get our pizza and walk it back to the beach. And
Why didn't you just sit closer to the pizza?
You can't.
there's no beach
Like,
at the
it's-
pizza
Oh,
place.
okay.
Yeah.
It's
I see.
it's
not
located
on the
off.
beach.
It's like
No.
to the entrance of the
actual
like the area.
it's towards
I
the entrance
guess.
of the beach, yeah.
Okay.
And it's called Silver Beach Pizza, actually. And we
You can't go to that beach without having the pizza.
it is so good.
It's very
it's
good.
it's literally the best pizza on the west side of Michigan.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
It's very good pizza.
It's really good.
That's its marketing.
It's and they have proven themselves worthy. But within the time frame of me walking there and back, it downpoured to the point where I opened up my weather app and it was yellow over us, and I was like, "Ooh."
Did your pizza get soggy?
No, I stayed underneath the thing, underneath the awning for a
Oh,
good
yeah, okay.
like
You
maybe
think
2 minutes.
It wasn't while you were traveling.
No, but then I was like, it started to lighten up. I was like, well, I'm gonna walk back to Alex. Hopefully she's still there. Got back there. I thought you were like not there because I saw a different blue towel. I was like, oh my god, Alex just up and left. Didn't
Where-
even text me. It
where
was a
were
different
you?
blue towel. But she
We're
stayed
still
there.
in the same spot.
Did you just sit on the beach and get rained on?
Kind of.
In a sense.
She has a.
I was laying down like Josh
You
gave me
have
a
an
kiss,
umbrella?
said, love you, bye. I said, okay, I'm just going to go take a nap. and I laid down on my stomach, and then we were sitting pretty close to the water, and then it felt like a drop or two. Like I was like, oh, maybe it was a kid running by, and just was wet, and then it was like a big drop on my back, like ice cold water. I'm like, whoa, okay, all right, that's enough, kind of deal. And I got up and I looked around. Okay, all right, lay back down, because there's not like a big thundercloud or anything. It's just like a little overcast, and then like, all of a sudden it was like, I looked at the sand. It was like drop, 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 drop. It just like dropped,
it
like
did downpour
like
pretty quick.
enough to where I was like ice cold water, wind, and then I just like grabbed our extra towel, and I was already wearing a hat, and I just like buried myself in a towel and like was just holding myself. I'm like, great, I have nowhere to go. Like there's no hut or awning.
There is a hut, but it's reserved.
It's reserved, and it had like a birthday party under it.
But I'll tell you what, it is so weird seeing Michigan open. Like after they're opening up their state regularly, and it's looking pretty.
Was it busy?
Yeah,
not
actually.
as busy
well,
as
the beach
honestly,
wasn't, but the surroundings
the
was.
surrounding areas were busy, but the
Yeah.
beach surprisingly was nowhere near as busy it was last year.
We had plenty of room.
We had a lot of room. We had our own. I mean, our beach towel alone is probably our 6-foot radius.
It's like a queen size beach towel.
Yeah,
it's
it's like a queen size bed beach towel basically.
It can be a blanket.
It's basically like putting it down and going, this is my bubble, get away from it. Like it's not a beach towel, it's like a beach blanket.
It is. It's very nice. But it was really nice nice time when I came back.
The seagulls, man.
Oh my god, the seagulls are
There was
insane.
at one point Josh and I were laying down and you just hear and it was like literally them fighting. Like one finally found a piece of bread or something. There's like 20 of them, and they were flapping and screaming and like the mine.
What about your pizza?
Oh, we kept it to ourselves.
Oh yeah,
Alex was tempted.
I was tempted to give him like
give
a
them
piece
one.
of crust, but I was like, after I saw that fight break out over a tiny
Never
little
get rid of them.
piece of
I was like,
bread.
I'm taking all
and
the trash
as soon
with
as
me.
we opened our pizza, they all like stood.
Oh, they were
basically
close.
at the base of our towel, going, mine. I was like,
waiting.
I don't think so.
They were waiting.
They were watching me eat my pizza.
Yeah.
I was like, this is sad.
But anyways, yeah, we had a.
Other than that, it was a nice day out. We definitely got enough sun that knocked us out last night.
Oh yeah, and Alex is still yawning over it.
I didn't knocked us out, but I also didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
We've been watching a lot of stuff, a lot of new things. If you want to go into playing and watching, got some stuff. We watched.
Do you want to talk about the movie first?
Quiet Place.
No.
Which one? Well, we saw part 2.
We watched Resident Evil.
Oh, Resident Evil 1 and 2, the originals.
2 sucks so bad, man. Like, I don't remember it sucking that bad. And we were like watching like the first half hour, and I think multiple times after the first half hour, I looked at him and I'm like, this movie is horrible.
I don't know why I bought it.
I don't remember 2. I remember
Apocalypse.
1 very vaguely.
There,
1 is okay,
what are
but
they
like
on? Prime, I think.
I don't remember what
Streaming
we were
on
watching
Prime or Netflix, one
it
of the two.
Sucks.
It's not very
like
good.
I made Josh look up like what are the reviews on this?
They're not very good.
They're not very good.
I don't know why.
But we were also
them.
teenagers, I think, when we watched it. So we're like, this is a cool movie.
And it was video game based.
Loosely, to be
but
honest.
I don't. I
It's a
never
video
played the
game
games.
franchise.
It is. Yes.
I never played the game, so I didn't really.
Same. So it didn't really like harm me in any
Yeah,
way.
so
But
it
now
didn't.
that I'm like watching it, I'm like, oof, they really did not write these characters well. But that's
Here's
they
the thing:
didn't really
it
know.
sucks so much. I had to watch the whole thing though. Like I just.
So bad it's good.
I couldn't remember the ending, and I'm like, I just at least need to get through the rest of it, and then we're not watching another one.
But we went back to the theaters on Sunday for the Saturday. I mean, for the first time since February of 2020, and saw A Quiet Place. It was a good movie, good worthy
We
sequel.
saw part 2.
Part 2, yes. Emily Blunt, she's got it, man. She's a really good actress. I don't know why she hasn't done more like action horror stuff like that. She's good in Live, Die, Repeat. The one with Tom Cruise.
Yep.
Oh,
She's really good.
yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of
Edge of
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
You've seen that, right, Brett?
No.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. But yeah, it was kind of an interesting like you kind of see a little bit more of a beginning of everything, and then it kind of like gives you a a really good intro to a new character, and it's a good story. I really enjoyed it. I thought it wasn't as gripping as the first one. I wasn't really terrified as much. Were you?
It was more. It's definitely like what I was telling people today at work is it is definitely a movie to be meant to be watched in the theater, at least for the first time, because of the surround sound and the how quiet the movie really is.
Oh, it does get very silent.
It's like to take it all in, and then all of a sudden it's like it doesn't follow the right movie like jump scare protocols.
The
it's
tropes
like,
are not there.
It's just you're scared. Like it's
suddenly,
like,
yeah.
Suddenly, you're like suddenly a loud noise, or suddenly this is happening.
It'll take your perspective into the daughters again. She's deaf, so it takes you into.
You
her
see a lot
perspective
more of like her
just
because she
silent.
can't hear and everything, and
it's good.
I like the first part of it, like the first 15 minutes. Just the opener shows you the start of it.
It's really good
from their perspective, like being in a small town and how they got to where they were. And then this movie takes place 470 days.
It's a few after the first one.
Yeah, it's like a year and a half after the actual
after the fact. Yeah,
the fact, and I think it takes place
pretty closely,
close to right after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like within days, maybe days after the first movie.
Right, it's like picks up pretty quick. It kind of doesn't make the ending of the first one make sense.
Wait, no, it picks up exactly at the end.
Well, yeah, but
because
the thing is, at the end of the first one, it kind of leaves you off with a pretty hefty cliffhanger, and this one kind of just like erases it. You know,
I know what you're talking about. It leaves.
I'll tell you off mic.
Are you trying to say that this one doesn't leave you with a cliffhanger?
No.
Okay.
No. Brett, what you got? Anything you're watching or anything?
Yeah,
lately?
I found a documentary on Hulu called The Orange Years.
We wanted to watch that. We totally forgot about it.
Dude, watch it.
The Nickelodeon one.
About the,
yeah. We wanted to watch that. Yeah.
So I really like this because it talks about basically all of their originals and how they came to be, and just how Nickelodeon came to be.
Yeah, like our childhood came to be.
Does it go
basically.
into depth, like in the later years at all, like within the late 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, how far does it go into?
I think so. It talks about everything all the way into Kenan and Kel and all that. And
does it get to iCarly at all?
No, it doesn't talk about that. So, and it doesn't talk about the
Dan Schneider stuff.
Okay. So, but it does talk about why it kind of stopped. So, and why it is not as big as it is today. And part of the reason is, if I'm remembering this correctly, is SpongeBob's success.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
animation did it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, animation killed the live action.
Yeah, SpongeBob for
I mean,
sure.
iCarly went on for a very long time though.
I never watched iCarly.
It was after our time. It was right when we were done with Nickelodeon.
If you see how it started,
I'd love to watch
it's like, holy crap, how did it ever get as big? And part of the reason why it isn't around anymore is because the reason why it succeeded so well in the mid and early 90s is because they were always pushing to get bigger.
Yeah.
And once they reached big, there was nowhere else to go. So the head of the company, head of Nickelodeon, jumped ship and went to Disney. And
of course,
she basically said, I've kind of done everything I want to do here. I'm off to something else. And it kind of blew everyone at Nickelodeon away, because they're like, holy crap, I can't believe she's leaving. And they didn't come out and say it was a betrayal, but it felt like they wanted to say it.
Yeah.
Especially since, and they say this in there, the reason why they chose Orlando for their studios is because the competitor was right down the street in Disney.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting, especially, like, I always liked Nickelodeon, but I never had it because it was cable. And I had
me too.
I had the antenna TV.
Josh had cable.
But I remember going when I would go somewhere, like my aunt and uncles who lived in Indy, and would watch like all that, on Snick.
Yeah.
They talked about Snick. It was just great.
Yeah.
So
Good stuff.
definitely watch it.
I want to see it. I think we'll watch that sometime this week.
Yeah.
I definitely want to.
About an hour and 40 minutes.
That's nothing.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's like stuff that would really interest us from our childhood,
From our
especially.
childhood,
Like Are You Afraid of the Dark and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They talk about that. Talk about Clarissa.
Oh,
Hey Dude,
yeah.
Pete and Pete,
Wow.
salute your shorts.
Secret World of Alex Mack.
The what?
Secret World.
Yep, she was in there. The game show Double Dare.
Was Wonder Years Nickelodeon?
I
No,
don't-
that was
no,
ABC. I
no,
believe.
that-
Why
I
did they
don't
have
think-
that on Nick at Night then?
Weird stuff shows up on Nick at Night.
Yeah, that was a weird time in the 90s with Nick at Night before it became
What's the other, the Hidden Temple show? That's
Legends
on there.
of the Hidden Temple, the one that I want to
Oh, I'm
be
sure
on.
Guts.
Did they talk about Guts?
They don't talk about Guts?
I think they did actually.
The sports stuff?
Well, there was Gas,
Gas. Wait,
but
Am
I
I
think there
thinking
was
the same
also
thing?
Guts too. Gas was games and sports.
what was Guts?
Guts though was something. I'm pretty sure.
I think that
that's
was
in
their
there.
news or something. No, Nick News. I remember that too.
That's what I want to say. So they had a news segment,
Yeah, the news. I loved it.
and one of them
I remember
was
that.
when Magic Johnson came out and said he had the HIV virus,
Oh.
and the head of Nickelodeon was like, "How do we explain this to children?" So they had a Magic Johnson came on this news segment with a bunch of these, with a group of kids,
Wow.
and the woman who ran the segment said, "Everyone here, raise your hand if you have HIV," and Magic Johnson did, and 3 other children.
What?
And one of the girls, it's heartbreaking, just starts sobbing, and he's
Oh my.
trying to comfort her, saying, "Hey, it's okay. It's okay that we have this. We're not different. We're the same as everybody else."
Oh.
It will bring a tear to your eye.
Great.
Oh, it's already kind of making me like.
Yeah.
Oh my.
It's I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this was on the air and nobody expected it." But it's a very good documentary.
Oh, alright.
I think that was the only thing that
we
I watched.
we watched.
There is a thing like real quick that we've been watching on YouTube, and it's going through each year of the 90s,
Is
just
that
as
what
a
you sent me?
as a whole,
Okay.
and it's really good. And there's things that, especially in the early 90s when we're very, at least Josh and I were very, very young.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's like you hear about it all the time from people talking about it,
But you don't know the
but
context.
you don't know the context of it.
I haven't
So
watched
and they
it yet,
they
but-
go through like everything. Like
They haven't
basically,
they are
it's
on
almost like, remember
94
when we
right
were
now.
doing
They're not
Decade of
done.
Nostalgia?
Mhm.
When we were doing that, it's like that but deeper.
Yeah.
Into
pretty deep.
every
And
single year in
news.
category, like big milestones for top movie, top song, big rock stars dying to O.J. Simpson.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, it's everything.
What year did you send me?
94.
I think that's where they're at right
they,
now.
They take time on it. It's a really well budgeted one. They take
Yeah.
their time on it. Then we watched the new comedy special of Bo Burnham's.
If you are
Inside.
our age and yeah,
It's
if you're
on-
our age, you
on
should
Netflix.
watch this.
I don't have
It's
Netflix.
extremely
What?
relatable.
I don't have Netflix.
We can share if you want right
Yeah.
now. Are you a fan of Bo Burnham?
I don't. Is that the guy with no
With the-
shirt?
No, that's Bert Kreischer.
Oh yeah, Bert Kreischer. I was like, no, sure. Oh, Bert. I'm like,
no,
yeah,
Bo Burnham,
no, I love Bert
he's
Kreischer.
the
funny.
guy who's like maybe a year younger than Alex.
I think
and
he's,
he runs
no?
off of a keyboard mainly on stage.
Okay.
He's very musically oriented. His comedy is very.
It's a different kind of comedy. Like he is his own type of comedy. In my
I want to
eyes.
watch all of his specials now because they're all really good.
He's a genius.
He's a really good comedian. And he did a
especially
special.
for so young.
He did a special that started right when the pandemic hit, and it took him over a year of filming in one small room. It's a very interesting.
Like it's just
take.
like from his house, and he like learned how to
It's-
make his own.
It's very
special.
artistic. It might be a little
It's
indie
titled-
flick
it's-
kind.
It is, but it's what he talks about in the process and what you see
I don't
going
know.
through
I
his
don't know.
head.
There's some
it's just
perspectives that might
it's
drive
so-
some people away from it, though.
I
don't
think
know.
so, but I feel like you should have a very open mind when watching it because there's a time to laugh and then a time to wow, this is kind of serious.
Get the feels.
Like, you get the feels like, wow.
But
you know what? I can't believe, like, I've been feeling that, and he just up and said that. Like, it's just things that people don't really talk about. But that's what comedians are there for. They're the ones
they're
to
darker
say
than
it.
Us. They
like,
have darker lives than us.
Yeah, like, they're the ones that, that say it and then try to find the humor behind it to make you feel okay for talking about it.
You ever watch Tom Segura?
No.
He is a dirty guy.
He's a very
But
dirty.
he is hilarious. he's kind of like squatted up with Bert Kreischer. Do not like Bert Kreischer? The Russian?
I don't know him.
Oh.
I think he's funny.
Oh, well, I mean, I've seen him, but I've never watched any of his stuff.
Right. I watch their podcast
I feel like
every now and then.
that would be Brett's comedian, to be honest. Like what
I like
he
Sebastian
talks about.
Maniscalco.
I'll have to be introduced to that
Like
guy again.
with some of the stuff that like the stories and stuff that Bert talks about, I feel like Brett would like
No,
be on the floor.
I think
Maybe.
a lot like Sebastian Maniscalco.
I'll have to hear his stuff after this because I don't know anything about him. We've related a lot to Bo Burnham on this special, so I would recommend anybody who has Netflix and like stand-up comedy of any type. It's good. It's really good.
It's like after everything was done, I was like, this dude needs an Oscar or whatever you get for making this.
Yeah, he directed, wrote, and produced it.
Yeah, he did the whole
Everything.
thing out of his house. Like,
yeah. Normally, like comedians get directors to do their stuff, but
and they just go on stage and do things.
Yeah, I think that's all of our playing and watching, really. I think that's
do you
all.
want to do movie club or do
yeah?
three?
Let's do the movie club. So
oh yeah, well it's still
while
fresh.
it's still
I would
fresh
like to
in
do
Alex's
that.
brain.
Did you watch it today?
Yes.
We were going to watch it last night, but we wound up playing some Call of Duty Zombies and failing hard. But this week was it was last week, but it was Predator from 1987, and the synopsis. Dutch, a soldier of fortune, is hired by the U.S. government to secretly rescue a group of politicians trapped in Guatemala. But when Dutch and his team land in Central America, something is gravely wrong. After finding a string of dead bodies, the crew discovers they are being hunted by a brutal creature with super strength and invisibility. There's quite a number of people that are starring in this, but of course Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, Jesse Ventura, Bill Duke. Those are some big names.
I only knew 2 people.
Well, yeah. You knew 3, actually. You
I
knew
did?
Jesse Ventura.
I did.
Yeah, you know Jesse Ventura. He was
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Jesse the Body Ventura, the
pro
wrestler.
So I knew Arnold and I knew Chubbs.
Carl Weathers.
Yeah. I was like, Chubbs is fit, man.
That's what I was like, how did
Well,
Chubbs
you've
go
never
from that
seen
to...
Rocky because he's a boxer. He's cut. He's an
okay. I was like, man, even like he had like a little bit of a stomach, but it was like a bodybuilder stomach.
It was okay, so
if
the
he were to like
one-liners.
punch me, I'd be dead.
Alex, the one-liners. Son of a bitch.
Dylan, son of a bitch. That's a big like gif right now, and I was like, man, what is that from? And I was like, oh, it's from Predator. I get it now.
Well,
gosh.
you know, my right hand at work, his name is
Dylan.
Dylan. So, Dylan.
Son of a bitch.
Oh my god, that's like that. Then you've got the like the gif goes from that, and then like the arm, the handshake.
I don't understand how Rotten Tomatoes has it so high up though. 81% critics, 87 fans.
You didn't like it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just really blown away that it's that high up for as cheesy, and the effects are kind of.
Well, again, think about 19.
I know 87. It was 87, and I'm like, this came out when I was born. I'm really giving this the benefit, and for what it was. I mean, there was a lot of jungle shots that kind of pissed me off. I was like, okay, they could have cut out a few jungle scenes here and there where they're just crawling, where we don't give a shit. We don't even know the context of where they're walking anyway, so they could have removed a couple scenes here and there. But I'm not going to dog it for that. It was an 80s movie. Some of the music was a little wild.
So John McTiernan directed this. Didn't he do Die Hard?
Let me look him up because I don't have the IMDb actually plugged in here for some reason. I don't know why. Actually, here it is. Boom. Predator, and this is on Hulu, by the way, and it looked really good. It must have been remastered or something for digital. John McTiernan, he did Die Hard.
He did 2 also, right?
Let's go director here. Let's go all the way down here. He did 3.
He did 3. Okay.
He did not direct 2. What?
Okay.
3 and 1 were the same director? That did not feel. That felt way different. 1 and 3 is way different. it's probably because he did Last Action Hero and Hunt for Red October in between. So, but yeah, he hasn't done anything as far as directing since 2003.
So, interesting thing about this movie, I was watching some of the extras. Two guys, the guys who wrote the screenplay, snuck into
Jim and John Thomas.
They snuck into, was it, who did it? Was it Universal? I can't remember the studio that did it.
Fox.
But Fox did it. They snuck in and slipped it under somebody's door. And
Really?
Yeah, that's, yeah. So,
Is that why I keep on seeing people like kind of make fun of that in a sense? I've heard of people being like, just go slip it under the door. And like people get success that way.
Could be.
Huh.
So, did you like it? Let's start with that.
Yeah. I think it was a very... Alyx thought this movie was going to be way different to start off. And me personally, I kind of had an idea because of knowing Ghost Recon Wildlands. I kind of was like, oh, okay, so they're doing that. I liked it.
I don't remember... I thought it was going to be a lot like Alien. I know Zip about Predator.
It kind of is like Alien.
No, I'm saying
it's less claustrophobic.
I thought it was based in space and I thought it was very I know absolutely nothing about this.
So you went in blind.
I didn't even know Arnold was
By the way, they got 3 wins, Oscars, 5 nominations.
Wow.
Oh wait, they got
I told him I thought I remembered what a Predator looked like.
1 nominee.
So I drew a picture and I saved it. And then this was before I saw what Predator looked like.
With his helmet on or off?
I don't know if Alyx will be able to show the screen. Let me walk this to the camera here.
What am I supposed to do with that?
It's I think that they're built.
They're big dudes.
And then this is after Josh told me that he had dreadlocks. So I was
have dreadlocks.
Okay, so because I wasn't sure what to do, so I was like, well, I'll put it without the helmet. I'm pretty sure it has a face that does this.
It has mandibles.
Yeah. So it's I'm just gonna draw it the best I can.
Well, you drew it from AVP knowledge.
Yeah,
because she saw that
you've
one.
Seen AVP.
I have not seen
ago.
Alien
yes,
versus
you
Predator.
have. Yes, you have. Yes,
I
you
don't
have.
remember it at all.
Now,
03, I
the
think.
thing
right?
about
2.
Predator versus AVP, and maybe it is an AVP, but his suit was all practical. Okay, so the helicopter pilot at the end, the black helicopter pilot, that's Kevin Peter Hall. That's the guy that played the Predator.
Really? So he got actual camera
he
time.
actually
That's
got
awesome.
his face.
Oh, I had no idea.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I will say that the practical effects on the Predator, I saw Stan Winston, and I was like, all right, here we go. This is going to be good.
Yep.
Alyx was like, oh, Josh with his movie knowledge. I saw Stan Winston, I was like, well, he did Jurassic Park, and it's right before it.
Every notable monster creature in
I just
Hollywood.
had to see that, and I went in a little more confident. Oh man, it was a fun film. I'd say it was good. A lot of the one-liners got stupid, like stick around,
and if it bleeds, we can kill it. And
No,
I ain't got
I
time.
ain't got time to bleed. I'm
That
stealing
one was
that.
good.
I'm stealing that, and I'm using that when I play Call of Duty.
It's good.
I'm taking that one.
It originated as a joke, actually. This film concept. Somebody just pitched it, and it became an actual thing. You know, the blood
and
was
then
really
knock knock was the other one-liner.
oh yeah,
knock knock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then get to the chopper, obviously.
get to the chopper. Go get to the chopper.
That is Arnold Schwarzenegger's personal favorite catchphrase
Is it?
of all of his films.
I have been quoting that line only because everyone else has said it for my whole life, and I never knew
where
what
it came from.
I knew I'll be back.
Mhm.
Everyone knows that one.
No.
But I just get out, get to the chopper. I'm like, I just was like, yeah, that sounds like Arnold. Maybe it's from an action movie. I've just maybe I've seen it, I just don't remember.
So in Commando, Bill Duke is also in Commando.
Yeah.
But he's got they're not nearly as well known, but Arnold has a ton of one-liners in Commando too that are hilarious.
I'm kind of interested in seeing Last Action Hero because
I don't know anything about
I don't either, but I've been seeing a lot of things where it's like, oh, that's actually kind of a hilarious take where he's like he realizes he's starring in a hero movie or something. It's kind of like a self-aware movie. I wonder if it's actually good though. Body count. You ready for this?
No.
From that first scene?
All of the bodies.
Oh boy. Well, the camp
50?
that they take out. You wouldn't think it's much because there's not a huge cast.
But they just like kept coming in and shooting people. It was like, is this gonna like? It was almost too much. I was like,
it was a little overwhelming.
it was because when they're spying on the camp, there's like what 10 maybe, and I'm like, this can't be that hard. They brought like. What was the guy call his gun? Painless or
Painless?
Old Painless. And I'm like, man, they seem like they're really like
they're loaded with ammo.
They're like way overkill for this type of camp, and then they just like keep blasting it.
What's funny is that
how many buildings were there?
At the beginning, Arnold says, "We're a rescue squad, not assassins,"
and then
they kill all those people.
The whole
So I will say
squad.
before you do the body count. The most ridiculous fucking part of this movie that just like was like besides that, which was overkill by the way, was when what's Mac sees the predator for the first time and he takes out Painless and he just starts just mows down. Well, then everybody sees that he's doing it, so
shooting.
everybody shoots for like 10 fucking minutes at nothing. They didn't even ask him. They just kept going, and he's like,
they know they're being hunted though.
I know, but you still would have thought after all that time that they would have been conscious to go, hey, stop.
Save some ammo.
Save some ammo. And I'm
but
like,
but ammo
how much
wasn't
more are they going to shoot?
Ammo wasn't an issue in this movie at all.
Nobody reloaded.
Do you know how heavy well, yeah, you know how heavy ammo is, but for a gun like that, like you're trucking that along.
It's on a backpack.
Well, not only that, that machine gun.
Well,
oh my God.
It was so stupid. They're like bazooka this or whatever that thing's called, that cannon gun thing that poof.
The grenade launcher.
The grenade launcher looking
the
thing.
Poof.
The poof. Well,
like,
yes,
I think you got it.
I mean,
they didn't.
No,
all the way across. I mean, the shooting is kind of a small part of the movie.
Right.
There's not a lot of shooting except for when they're attacking that camp.
The camp and the predator. That
that
one time.
scene.
Right.
Yeah. Other than that, everyone's like, I'm gonna go 1v1, you bitch, and everybody loses except for Arnold. So, how many guys do you think
I would
died?
say I bet it's under 100. So
it's
I'll
under
say,
100. I'll give you that.
55.
I'll say 60.
69.
Nice.
69 humans, 1 scorpion, 1 boar, and 1 predator. Spoiler alert for
Oh yeah.
Oh dang.
34-year-old movie. I loved the action in it. It was I could see where people got the movie tropes from, like the actual like the action flick, view and everything from Arnold Schwarzenegger came from this and Commando, of course, and whatever else. I'll give it an 8.
Nice.
What?
She's gonna go lower.
She's gonna go low.
I don't really have a score.
It's a dude flick, so
no, I can't even say that because I generally like quote unquote dude flicks, and this was my mom even said when I called her last night, or actually she called me just checking on me and was like, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm like, oh, well, we're probably watching this. Oh, by the way, have you seen Predator? She's like, of course I've seen Predator. I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, I haven't. There's no way my daughter had seen Predator. I'm like, oh, great. I'm like, well, am I going to like it? Well, yeah, Arnold's in it. I'm like, well, that doesn't mean anything. I'm like, kind of, because, I mean, I do like probably every Arnold movie I've ever seen. So anyways, and my mom's like, yeah, you'll love it. But you have to, and she says, like, of course, like all older people
remember
do.
That it's
you have to remember that this came out before you were born, so you have to give it
Why
that.
do
I'm
people
like,
have to give
and
that
I was like, you don't have to say that because, Mom, I watched Scarface for the first time in 32 years. And I thought it was like the best freaking film in the planet. Like, I'm like, it's a timeless movie. Like, that was a great choice. So I was like, all right, fine. Let's give Predator a go. I don't like it. I don't. I think it was stupid.
It is a silly
I think it
movie.
was absolutely stupid.
It's kind of like I don't know, practically any action flick that Bruce Willis has been in the past 10 years.
I will say for 87, right? 87. I will say for 87 that the CGI had to be top notch.
There was no CG. Well, I guess there's kind of there was CG with the
when he's camouflaged. That's what I'm trying to say. That's him most of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see him most of the movie, and I still don't know. So going into this movie, I'm trying to picture it being 1987. Don't really know anything about the movie. Going in, you don't know what the fuck they're even fighting until like the last 10 minutes of the
No,
movie.
no.
Well,
because
you do see him a little bit here and
when
there,
he's,
but
tending him first aid to himself.
But you still, even with this movie, you
don't
still
really-
don't know
you don't
anything
really
about
learn
it.
Any of the
There's no
lore.
origin. There's no, and that could just be because it's 2021 and everyone expects to have like a backstory on
Like, you
things
kind of expect
and an
too much, maybe.
explanation. And I'm like, I still like, I kind of want to know where's this dude from. But this lady, the girl in there was like, only on the hottest summers does he ever come out. I'm like, well,
Don't
why
you-
does it have to be only the hot summers?
Brett, don't you learn that in AVP? You learn where the alien came
You learn
from.
a little bit about.
But do you learn where the predator
origins.
came from, though?
Well, in Predators, I think because
Okay.
all the top hunters go there,
Yeah.
you learn a little bit more. But I don't
Okay.
remember much about Predators.
So it's more of just humans being hunted is what this whole thing is about, Alyx. It's what it is. They go to the jungle in the hot area. I guess they like heated areas.
I guess because in Predator 2,
They go to LA.
It better be
don't they?
freaking hot.
it's a very hot year in.
It's in a
Predator 2.
city.
Yes, L.A.
Yeah. Is that kind of weird? A city? I think that's why Arnold didn't want to do the sequel. That and money. So he wanted more for the sequel, but he.
Danny's in it, and Bill Paxton.
Yeah. Who's the other guy? Big teeth. Gary Busey.
I don't really have a number because it was like I was waiting for it to get good and it didn't. Kind of thing. Like I was like, okay, all right, I get it. Like this is cool. Got a camouflage guy. They're scared of it. Yeah, that's awesome. And then I was like, oh, that's a bit overkill. All right, but I'll take it. Cool action movie. All right. Oh, they saw him again. Oh, he bleeds green. That's cool because he's an alien. I get it. Oh, now we're shooting a bunch of bullets again, but we still don't know where he's at. Oh, we're gonna start doing it one by one now. So like, oh, now everybody's dying. All right, now we got to save the girl. We don't even know who the fuck this girl is, but we're saving her. And
Somehow she knows a lot, too.
somehow she knows a lot, but we don't know. She's a hostage. We don't know why. And then they save the girl, and Arnold goes, get to the chopper. And then he goes, fuck this. I'm going to take on this asshole by myself. And then he sets a booby trap.
The reason why he
and
did
kills
that
him.
is because it killed his entire team.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but this is literally the timeline. And then, like, that's it.
You're being very cynical there.
I know. I tried with every movie. I try to give it like an unbiased opinion. I'm open to every type of movie. And I mean, I've given you movies and you're like, I fucking hated it. I'm like, I'm like, this just shows that not every movie is for every person.
That's
and I
very
was
true.
really hoping,
Very
I was like,
true.
man, I'm watching Predator for the first time. Woo, this is going to be great. Everyone's going to be like, I can't believe you have never seen Predator. Whoop, whoop. I'm going to watch it. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I've watched Predator. What the hell?
What did the girls at work say?
Oh, actually, I didn't talk about that today because I haven't seen anybody, and then I don't know. I will have to talk to them tomorrow, though. Be like, get the consensus of who's seen it and what their thoughts are.
What are we doing next week, Alyx?
Okay, so I have a handful of options. Because speaking of Arnold, I like that we're kind of keeping things a little connected in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I can't remember if you said you've seen it or not.
Okay.
So I've got 2 Arnold movies to choose from, and if it's absolutely a no on both, then I have one that's we're going to watch it either way.
Okay.
So the 2 Arnold movies is either Junior
Okay.
or Kindergarten Cop, which I would tell you that Kindergarten Cop's way better than Junior, in my opinion.
I've seen Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, you have?
I haven't seen
you like
either.
it?
Is Junior the one where he's pregnant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's slapstick. It's
I like
funny.
Kindergarten Cop.
Okay. See,
I
and
mean,
Josh has never seen it. Like, boys have a penis.
Take your
It's
toy
not
back.
a tumor.
Take your toy back to the carpet now.
I mean, it is like a really good movie, and I mean, I would highly suggest that. And I don't know if you would tell Josh, yeah, it's a good movie, because at least one of us has not been able to see it. So there's that one, and the only other one that is on my list that's not Arnold, but I was like, I've been saving it, and I've been really wanting to watch it because I know it's one of Josh's favorite movies, is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Ooh, that's
completely on the other end of the spectrum.
Out of that list, I would prefer Junior.
Junior?
Junior?
Okay.
Okay.
Have you seen Junior?
No.
And you've not seen Junior?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Then we're gonna watch Junior then.
Okay. Sounds good to me. All right, so before we get into like some of the fan stuff, we got some gaming stuff to talk about.
I forgot about that one too. Thanks.
What?
The other one, Twins.
Oh, that's with Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
That's a good one too. I really like Twins, but I guess Junior is definitely good though.
We got some E3 stuff going on this weekend, finally, and I'm actually excited because we're gonna get a bunch of announcements. And I mean, Brett, we're sitting here on next gen, so it's a little more exciting.
So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to make any E3 predictions because I don't think the industry has any idea what it's doing right now. Because for the first time since I've been paying attention to the business, 2 of the 3 major consoles are unobtainable.
Right.
Right.
Now, back several years ago, one of them which was the Wii, which was inferior hardware anyway.
And the Switch was pretty hard to find for a good 6 months.
It was
kind of hot.
Yeah, I would say
Comes and goes.
Sold
Sometimes
strong.
it'll be sold
I don't
out,
know
not.
if it was ever. I cannot find a Switch anywhere, which is what you can absolutely say about the PS5 and the Series S and X.
Right.
So, I think they're like, well, I guess we'll just make games, because eventually these consoles will be available.
Right. I think that's why it's lucky that the Xbox One is going to be looked after for a while now, and there's a lot of backwards compatibility. One thing I will tell you, Brett, about something that's come out of the rumor mill that might excite you but might piss you completely
I think I saw
off.
it right before
Battle
we went on
Cat.
Yeah.
This thing it's sounding pretty wild. It's a game in development by Ubisoft. It's in early stage of development. There's been leaks of a PvP Tom Clancy crossover in one game.
Yep.
I don't know much about it, but apparently it's a lot like you pick a faction, the Splinter Cell faction, Ghost Recon faction, or there's 2 in Division.
Yep.
And it's not really... It's not blowing me away hearing this, and it's kind of...
Well, you weren't a fan of any of those anyway.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I'd play them, but I just...
Okay, you
Hey,
didn't play those.
It would not create content for my stream. How about that?
Okay.
That's one thing you have to worry about actually with picking console games and stuff. It's really tough to I want to play a good story mission game, but I have to play it the first 2 weeks it comes out, or else it's not going to get any traction on Twitch or anything. But I would love to play Ghost Recon. Wildlands was interesting me, and Division 2 looks, of course, interesting, and I'm really excited to see what else they bring out. But, that's one thing that just came out of the rumor mill there. But the schedule this weekend is we got Ubisoft and Gearbox on Saturday, Microsoft, Square Enix, and Warner Brothers on Sunday, Capcom and Take-Two on Monday, and then Nintendo and Bandai Namco on Tuesday. That's this weekend. It's going to be an interesting one, I think, because, Microsoft is... Bethesda, they've got a lot of stuff up their sleeve. I'm really interested to see what they have, and Nintendo, of course, could be really interesting. I have a lot of interesting thoughts there. One thing I think that they need to do is either a new Mario Kart or a new Mario Party, is my opinion. But
they already are doing like a new Mario Party-ish. They're doing Mario Golf.
That's not Mario Party.
No, but it's
not the same. It's a different franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Mario Golf is a Mario Golf.
Okay.
You don't put Mario Tennis on that same list. No, you don't put Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games on that same list.
But I was telling you, maybe last podcast or the podcast before.
It looks party-like, but it's not Mario Party.
I'm saying it actually interests me for once.
Right, but it's not Mario Party or Mario Kart.
Seems like it's set up.
So I'm interested in seeing one of those two, or xCloud or Game Pass on the Switch is something that's always been rumored for the past year and a half. But, another thing that could be announced is a good Switch Pro.
It's more likely than not, I think, at this point.
What I think might happen is they announce it, and then they drop the price of the other two. Yeah. The Lite and the Standard, and bring out the Pro this fall. Mm-hmm. That's my one big prediction. Then, of course, there's a lot of other things. Do you have anything, Alex, that you're predicting for E3?
I'm kind of on Brett's side, to be honest.
You're in the dark?
I'm in the dark.
Yeah.
I don't I don't even remember what we predicted or if we even predicted anything last year.
We didn't. I don't think.
I don't think there was
because there was no E3
there
last
wasn't
year.
an E3.
No,
so it's
but they still had Nintendo still had their stuff, and Microsoft
they still had like
stuff.
conferences and stuff.
It wasn't
but it
an
wasn't
E3
like this,
essence. It was like, here's Microsoft stuff here all at once, and here's Nintendo stuff all at once.
I already have my games that I'm excited for, and I already know that they're coming out. So it's
I'm really excited to see if they do any Back 4 Blood.
Like exclusive trailers or gameplay, like that would be really cool.
See something on that note.
So Back 4 Blood looks good. That one game.
I'm waiting on 12 minutes. I think that's what we're waiting on to come to the Xbox. I think that's what it was.
What's that one?
It's the top-down one of like all those
cops?
scenarios.
Yes. Yeah.
I've been waiting for that one for a minute.
Yeah, that one looks really good. And of course, not Destiny. Halo.
Halo Infinite will be at E3, of course.
It
has to be.
Needs to
it's
be.
It's on the Xbox marketing box.
It needs to be. I want to see some more Halo.
Well, it'll probably have, unless they're planning another delay, but it'll probably have gameplay because there has not been.
Yeah.
You know what I think will be there?
What?
A new racing game.
New Forza?
Well,
a new Forza.
It is time for Forza, but...
Is it a Horizon game this time?
It should be, but it probably won't be, is what I'm hearing on the rumors.
So it'll be like Forza 9 or 8?
8? I think 8.
Yeah. Yeah, I've yet to play one of those
very
at all.
difficult these last...
Horizon's fun.
Is it really?
I love Horizon.
It's very difficult these last couple of years to make any predictions because everything is... Life as we know it has changed.
I think I'd like to be a little more surprised.
I would like that, yes. I would like to be able to watch it and be like, oh my God.
But, yeah. I mean, I'm just... if you are you doing anything on Sunday, Brett?
Don't know yet.
I don't know if you want to watch the Microsoft conference together.
What time is it?
It'll be in the afternoon. Early afternoon. I think it's at 2, I believe. 3.
I might be working.
I'll look into it. I'll see what the actual schedule is, but, that's all I really have to say about E3, really.
You know what you forgot to do about my movie, though?
What?
Read the synopsis.
Oh, yeah, you did.
For Junior.
Yeah.
Sorry. Jeez.
What do you think this movie is about without looking at
Dude gets pregnant.
But how?
I don't know.
Well, here's the synopsis, guys. We'll figure it out. A research scientist becomes the world's first pregnant man in order to test a drug he and a colleague have designed for expectant women. To carry out the trial, he has an embryo implant, believing that he will only carry the baby for 3 months, hardly expecting to face the prospect of giving birth. Oh my God! It was a $60 million budget, and actually
it got over 100.
It did. That's kind of interesting.
That
and it has Danny DeVito.
It does.
That to me sounds like one of his most forgotten movies.
I want to say so. And I think, honestly, it's one of those, like, those movies that I say, like, oh, we watched it at Grandma's all the time. Like, it was just like, well, Grandma had this movie and we didn't, so we watched it because it was funny.
It's not really well rated on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, of course it's not. It's like a slapstick comedy about a guy carrying a baby, but it's Arnold, so that makes it even funnier.
36-22.
Okay, and what is the people's...
22. 36-22.
Okay, well, my reviews that I saw was 70 to 80% of people enjoyed this movie.
In your bra.
No, it's decent, but you have to make sure that you get in the mindset that it was from 94.
God, I'm tired of hearing about that.
I gotta tell you one quick story. So I was watching this Mojo top 10 times that Jim Carrey improv something hilarious that stayed in the movie.
Oh,
so of course, like every movie.
Of course, number 1 is
Liar, Liar.
What's the most amazing or most annoying sound in the world?
Oh, yeah, that was
But so what's funny about that is I think it was Friday night. I was scrolling through channels and I landed on Dumb and Dumber, and right where I landed, it's when Lloyd is talking to Mary, and he goes, "I desperately want to make love to a schoolboy." And I just lost it. I was laughing so hard because that's just a perfect spot to land on, because that line, and for context, he's practicing what he's going to say to her, and he mixes it all up.
Wow.
It's so funny.
What was the line supposed to be?
I know.
He's like, "I feel like a schoolboy. And
I want to make love.
I'm not even sure what all of it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
That's hilarious.
I love Dumb and
So
Dumber.
I can't watch. I say this all the time. Like every time that scene, like it's just overplayed in the YouTube like algorithm that you watch, I guess. But you just seeing the scene where he's like, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world, and then he screams. I have to watch Harry's reaction every time after it has been pointed out that was ad-libbed, and Harry can't hold it, and they had to like pan away from his face because
they have to cut it so
they
fast.
had to cut it so fast because he like looks over like, what are you gonna do? And then you just see him go
You know, they
like he just like
could've-
broke out. He's like, no,
To be
my
honest,
God.
they could have done a film editing trick with a freeze frame on the right side for a good hot 2 seconds, and no one would have noticed.
How is Mike Starr holding it together is a good question.
He is a talented dude. Is he still doing stuff?
I think so.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in anything recently.
He does. He's funny because he'll have a big part, and then he'll have like he played a cop
I'm gonna look him up.
for 2 minutes in an
he's
episode of
a
Home
cop
Improvement.
kind of like or gangster
Uh-huh.
like.
Oh,
kinda.
he's the insurance salesman on The Office when he's like,
I know.
I send it back.
I
We
send
send
it
it
back. I'll have the gabagool.
Oh, wow. He's 70 years old.
Is
Wow.
he really? Wow.
Well, I mean, he was already kind of an older
Well, I mean, I
dude.
guess like you just don't. Well, that all right. I will say going back to Predator, like you see Arnold walk on
Oh my
screen,
God.
and I'm like, oh my God, he's young.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's so young,
He's young and he's in.
and he's got veins
Fits.
just popping out of his arms, like.
So
Well,
Mike Starr has been in over 240 things.
he's got
Really?
that many
He
Wow.
has a hefty IMDb. Oh my
Wow.
God. He mainly does a lot of small flicks. This is nothing I've heard of. Cabret Maxime, The Fear, Making a Killing, Mr. Mercedes. Yeah, I've never heard of these movies. These are no. Yeah, and then he'll do Blacklist, or you know, I don't know what's another Bad Santa 2. He was in Bad Santa 2. Do you remember him in that?
I don't remember much about that one.
Oh.
I remember I
I
watched
barely
it,
remember that
and
one.
it was.
I know what we
Of
watched.
course, it was not as good as one. But
Anyways, moving on from there. You guys want to talk about the fan topic?
do you want to do the fan topic or my surprise?
Let's.
I want to do the fan topic.
Fan
Okay.
topic, and then the surprise. Okay. So Alyx messaged me this morning and said, "Hey, by the way,
Like it was at like 7:00 this morning.
yeah." And
they were
surprised?
talking
Messaged
about-
you, where were you?
He was sleeping,
Sleeping
Where were you?
going
on
to
our way
work.
to work.
Oh,
And it was like they were talking on the radio about like the chores that they don't like doing, and I'm like, oh my God, that's a great question.
Yep.
And we just came up. What is the least done chore in your house?
Yeah.
And I honestly like just because Josh and I have actually watched Moana now, so this meme makes a lot of sense, and you did a really good job on it. So-
You're welcome.
It's the only song I remember from the actual.
you don't remember the main song?
That's
Into the
that.
unknown. Right?
Okay, never mind. I guess I know that one. But like
That's
that,
the one, right?
When I think of
I
Moana,
don't know.
this is the You're Welcome song that The Rock sings is like the one song that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
Kind of like Let It Go is Frozen. You're Welcome for me is Moana.
So the meme is just basically when my husband, when he cleans his dishes, instead of leaving them to pile up, what can I say except you're welcome?
What I like about that song is that Dwayne Johnson actually sang that song.
Yeah,
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He's shown it on TikTok and stuff in his Instagram.
He sings it to his little girl all the time
She
when
has
they're
no
watching
idea.
Moana.
She doesn't believe
and
that
she doesn't
he's-
believe
Yeah.
it's daddy singing it. It's so funny.
So what is the least done chore in your house, Brett?
So I live alone. So
So everything.
well, no, like I actually quite quick on.
I'm going to
cleaning
try to
dishes
think as a bachelor, and I'm going to say what I did as a bachelor as opposed to now.
He's
I
never been a
usually
bachelor.
don't let stuff get cluttered up.
Yeah.
I try to get that, but it's the deep cleaning stuff that I'll let go, like the bathroom especially.
Right. That was always my thing, was the bathroom. And Alex is like, "Oh, we got to clean the toilet." Why? It looks fine to me. She cleans it like, "Holy shit." That was a good idea.
I do not mind cleaning the
The
bathroom.
shower is the one
don't
that
mind?
I always
No.
avoid.
She likes doing it. Why?
Because it's satisfying, I guess.
Oh, so that's like me and mowing the lawn.
It's just a like
You
I
see
don't
results.
yeah, like you know you're going to see results, and it doesn't take long at all,
Right.
and it makes me feel good afterwards.
The shower is the one that I just
Gets
can't bring myself
grimy.
to do.
Uh,
And I know that all the filth is from me. So that's why I tend to let it go. Like, it's not someone else's filth.
Oh, you're not having anybody shower at your place. I mean, if someone were to say, hey, I need to come over and shower, would you clean it?
Yes.
Oh.
If I had enough time.
Right.
Yeah.
I would absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
I think we keep our shower
I
relatively
mean, literally,
Yeah.
since you guys don't come to my apartment anymore, nobody comes to my apartment.
Oh.
So I am less quick to clean.
Mm-hmm. What I remember doing as a young lad living alone, basically, I would say I left a lot of my dirty clothes everywhere.
Yeah, he likes to think he was living
Laundry.
alone
Well,
because I
you
did all your
didn't-
chores.
You didn't live there, though.
I basically did.
Your name wasn't on the lease.
Who helped pay for the rent
Oh, that I didn't
and all the
realize.
other expenses.
She did from time to time, yes. I will say that it was a very, very interesting
Can you imagine
time.
what that apartment would look like if you were not with me?
Flooded a couple times.
Literally.
It did flood a couple
Literally
times.
flooded a couple times.
And I had to, oh, God, I had to
Let's
deal
just
with
stick
that.
a fan on the carpet, the apartment said. It'll be fine. When we moved
Yeah.
out, that first closet when you walk in that we never used,
It was covered
mold.
in black mold.
Yep.
everywhere. Yeah.
Awful
Of
stuff.
course, we didn't get charged for it. So.
But nowadays it's different. Nowadays we have
We got our full deposit back on that apartment too. And that's like the one apartment we shouldn't have gotten anything back on with all the shit that we did in there.
Right. I was very surprised actually when people were like, "Oh, by the way."
The only reason we got it back is because of the flood, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Alex, what do we do now? Basically, is ours? What's our chore?
Yeah. What is yours? You're still answering.
For now,
Yeah.
probably dusting and mopping.
Really?
I don't do it.
Yeah, I do.
but
But
I
like
mean,
that is your most like
least.
your least done chore. Like you don't like doing it, and
I didn't say that's not what I like.
well, I
didn't
just
like
I
doing
figured
it.
a
just said
lot of
that's
it's like
what
you
I
don't do it
just
because you don't
didn't
like
do.
doing it.
No, there was no reason. It just doesn't happen.
What do you hate doing?
What do I hate doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's actually a chore that I've grown to hate. I think I just learned to be like, well, this is life. I just deal with it. And I don't hate anything anymore. I used to actually dislike taking the garbage out all the time because that was my chore as a child.
I think that's every boy's chore for some
don't
reason.
get
Like
it.
that was like my brother's chore. He
Why?
always did
Why?
I don't
Why?
know.
Doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know.
Yeah, I had to too. I hated it. Freaking hated it. That's why I don't like to do it now.
Do you mind doing the litter?
It's fine.
Huh.
Why?
I'm just asking.
You think I hate it?
No.
Is there
I'm
a
just
story
asking.
there? Is there a story
No,
there?
I'm just thinking of chores that is your chore.
Yeah.
That's your
it's fine.
specific chore is the litter box.
Doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Should it?
No.
Oh.
I'm not trying to start a thing. I'm just asking.
What's yours?
Dishes.
Oh yeah, I freaking hate the dishes.
Well, see, at the same time, I have a dishwasher.
We don't.
You
And
don't
yes, we
realize
know
how
the
much
story about you buying a dishwasher.
you
I
don't
have-
know how much
Okay.
you hate doing the dishes and need a dishwasher
So-
until you
Do
don't
you
have
use
one.
paper plates?
No, we're not savages.
We use paper plates when all the dishes are dirty.
Yeah, that's when we do. And we don't want to do it anymore. But here's the thing, Brett. I have broken 3 fucking mugs because of this damn sink washing bullshit. And I'm not happy about it. One of them was Alex's Yoshi mug. The other one was my Mr. L one that Alex
Did
gave me
you
for
drop
Christmas. It came out of the dish dryer by picking up other dishes. I am
yeah.
not happy about that. So, got to deal with that bullshit.
Now
but-
I do wash, pans and skillets by hand.
Yeah, I mean that kind of has to be done.
Right.
It also gets too cakey and gross.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I did that to one of my pizza pans for a very long time. I think it still exists in this house.
No, it doesn't.
What's that?
We threw that out.
Oh, he's gonna go look.
If it's the one I'm thinking
Is he
of,
going all the way downstairs?
he must know exactly where it's at because he wouldn't have just left. He left us!
That was a Jurassic Park reference. Why don't you read some comments?
Yes, we've got my dad in the comments says, I clean the shower as I shower. So I do that too. I clean the shower as That's not ours. Oh, that one. That is ours.
Every
Don't use
Wait
it.
a
May I
minute.
present to you Exhibit A?
every pizza pan ends up looking like that.
But it shouldn't. It should be silver.
Hey, Josh.
black.
Josh.
Yeah, but it happens.
Tell me the last time we used that.
It looks like a planet.
Josh,
It's-
tell me the last time we actually used it.
It's still there.
It's clean though. They discolor. Like it's not. There's not grimy stuff stuck to it.
Well, it's a layer of something.
Brig, throw that away. When is the last time we actually used that? When's the last time we used a pizza pan?
You put it straight on the rack.
We put
Yes.
it straight on the rack.
I don't do that.
I have to have it crispy or it
It
sucks.
cooks
It's
like
too
it
crunchy.
like after
If
Josh
it's
started
chewy,
doing
it's like a
that. Yeah,
soggy
it's
sponge.
so
there's,
nice.
There's a fine line. I mean, it can be non-chewy but not crunchy.
It's
I think it tastes way better being on the rack.
Ooh. Have you ever
I
grilled?
don't.
Have you grilled a pizza?
I
wonder.
think so.
I wonder how a charcoal grilled pizza would be like.
I don't know.
I wonder if that would suck.
No, I think it tastes kind of good. I mean, mouth's watering a little bit.
More comments.
I've got some on Discord here. We got one from Brig saying window cleaning instead of weekly, like only once a month, which is more
I
often
don't know
than
if
I
I've
do.
ever cleaned a window.
Oh, honestly, I had. There's a reason why I wanted to go into this. Before you got to the comments, I wanted to read off a couple
You
chores
should have stopped me before I started.
We'll go back
6,
to it.
7 weeks in a row now.
I'm sorry. You just went ahead. This is my segment
Go ahead.
right now. I wanted to read off a few daily, weekly, and monthly chores that people that are on your chore list that you should be doing
Yeah.
to see if you are doing them.
Mm-hmm.
But so daily, you've got your normal sweeping. By the way, sweeping and vacuuming
Thank
are
you.
both on here, Josh.
Thank you that they're
Sweeping
separate.
and vacuuming, washing the dishes.
People who say sweeping as anything else than brushing a
Why
broom
would you
across
wash
a
the
fucking
dishes
floor.
daily?
Because you eat daily. You use utensils
Okay,
daily.
Brett,
I
if
should
you cook
say-
for more than one person, it's daily.
When you have a dishwasher, you just put your dirty dishes in the dishwasher.
We don't.
I would consider that like washing. You're still putting them away to be washed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
That's
doing the
daily, I
dishes,
guess. Don't
fe-
leave them in the sink.
Feeding your pets, doing the laundry, prepping meals, and dusting is a daily chore.
Feeding your pets.
Dusting.
I can't
Dusting is
believe that's
considered a
chore.
daily chore.
I can't believe pets is considered a daily chore. That's a
Well, I mean,
life.
it is.
That's not a chore.
I definitely don't dust every day or every week or every
I
month.
probably
even.
dust like once every couple weeks. You think? Yeah.
Where?
I need a Swiffer duster.
Where? Yeah, he doesn't know where because
Have you dusted that shelf yet?
that's not my shelf.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. No, I dust our bed and our
Your
our
bed.
our bed frame.
Oh.
like our
That,
headboard.
for some odd reason in this
Our
house,
headboard collects.
that collects the most fucking dust, and it's stupid. I don't know.
My coffee table collects a lot of dust.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
No, those are the two big places. Is like the bedroom and then around the TV.
By the way, I brought back your step stool.
I saw
It's been in
that.
my
Thank
car
you.
for like 3 weeks. I keep
Um,
forgetting to bring
We
it in.
didn't need it.
All right, weekly. Weekly, you should be washing your bedding,
Uh-huh.
mopping your floor.
Okay.
No.
Doesn't happen here. Watering your plants if you have any, mowing the lawn if you have any,
Yeah.
weeding the garden weekly, taking out the trash is weekly,
Mm-hmm.
and washing your car weekly.
I don't know about the car being
I
weekly.
try to wash my car every 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
I think our car needs one right now, but I feel like it was like once a month.
Especially in the winter.
Yes. The winter time I was washing it like, I think, yeah, it was like once
well,
every
we
3
had
weeks.
we had a good mild winter.
We did.
That's we can say it now. It's June.
Yeah,
It's
that's right,
June.
it's
We're
June.
good. It's June.
Monthly.
Uh-huh.
Washing your windows of your house.
Okay.
Bathing your pets. Cleaning out your refrigerator.
That's
yes.
true.
Yes.
I clean out the food, but actually getting in there and cleaning it,
Yeah, I don't do that.
I don't think I've
Well, I don't know
ever
if
do
it
that
gets- well, we
until
don't-
we
we don't-
actually move out of the apartment.
Yep.
Alex, well, we don't really spill. We haven't
Yeah,
spilled
I
anything.
mean,
Like,
If
honestly,
stuff
if
builds
you
up.
spill something, obviously you're going to go, well, I would hope you'd go in there, not throw some paper towels on and forget about it, but some people
That
might.
sounds like something I would have done.
Change the air filters on a furnace or an air conditioner once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean your blinds.
Well, we can't really clean these things, but
I have Venetian blinds though. So.
yeah, you're fine.
Vacuum your curtains.
I don't have
Okay.
any curtains.
Yearly. I do this more often. Shampooing your carpet.
Oh yeah, that
we have
I
pets.
do need to do that.
So shampooing my carpet, I think we did like once every 2 to 3 weeks.
I need to borrow your
The shampoo.
The shampooer.
shampooer.
Winterize the house yearly. Clean your garage. Prune your trees and your shrubs.
Yeah.
And then of course everything goes like everything goes into whatever, just more personalized things.
So back on Discord here with the question of the week. As I said before, Briggs said window cleaning instead of like weekly, only once per month. That's his least done chore. But I mean, you said monthly on there. It's fine.
Which thing? I'm sorry.
Window cleaning.
The window cleaning.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Alex.
I was getting Facebook up.
And then we got Arrow saying most definitely the yard work for me. So a lot of people don't like to do yard work, or it's leastly done for him. That's all I got for Discord. What do you got for Facebook, Alex?
That is what I am getting to.
Oh, I thought you had it up.
Okay, so for Facebook, we've got Samantha says dishes, specifically silverware and utensils. That's me. I always leave the utensils in the sink.
I don't know why you do that.
Well, because the
Kinda
longer
pisses
you
me
let
off.
them soak, you don't have to scrub them super hard because...
I let pans soak.
Yeah, like if you let them soak in the soapy water at the bottom, and you do like 2 loads of dishes, then you do that last, then the food and the junk just falls right off. Like you can use your hands almost to like with some of the like spoons and soft knives and forks and stuff like this. It just comes right off.
Nope, I'm using a sponge the whole time, soaped and everything.
I
I
still
will
use a
scrub
sponge, but-
everything.
Do you know what's really fucking annoying when I'm doing the dishes and he's helping?
What?
Is that I wash a dish and I put my back into it and I give it to him and he goes, "You missed a spot."
Well, don't miss a spot.
Don't fucking miss a spot.
He goes, "This still has a smudge on it."
Well,
Yeah.
What do you want him to say? Put
You
it
want
away
to?
with
I'm not
dirty?
going to eat off of a dirty dish, Alex. Do the job right the first time.
He's a baby when it comes to dishes.
Do you want to eat off a dirty dish?
Excuse
Alright,
me?
It is like a speck. Like, I mean,
Doesn't
I'm not.
matter to me.
It's
Doesn't
not like
matter
a
to
big
me.
drip of ketchup.
Doesn't
There's
matter
like,
to me.
there's like seriously like a little like
Hey,
of
Alex.
ketchup or like a freckle
Hey,
of
okay.
of spice on there.
I'm going to give you the dirty plate from now on. How about that?
Give me the dirty
'Kay?
plate.
You can't complain anymore.
I'm not going to.
You heard it here first, folks. Alex can't complain about the dirty plate anymore because she just said she doesn't care about dirty dishes.
Do you know my job?
I don't care. I'm telling you, you complained about this over 10 years, 15 years ago about the dirty plate.
that was a dirty
Okay.
plate.
Oh, but it doesn't matter to you. It doesn't matter to you.
There's dirty and there's a speck.
Nah, I don't think so. Not when it's caked on stuff like on a pan. I'm not putting my eggs on a non-clean surface like that because that's going to get disgusting. So, pardon me for being clean and,
What else?
living this long. We got
Anyway.
Jeff on Facebook saying
Yes,
cleaning out the dog's outdoor pen. I did clean it this past weekend, though. We got cousin Andrew that said, I'm bad about cleaning the toilet and running the sweeper.
Ooh, he said sweeper.
He
Yes.
did
I'm
say
not- I'm-
sweeper.
I'll let him have
Sweeper
his.
is a broom.
Sure is.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
not. Sweeper's a vacuum. Yes, I know.
A sweep is a verb.
You sweep it up. You suction it up.
Sweepers don't suck.
Agreed.
They sweep.
You
No, yeah.
It's a
Yeah. They
It's
don't
a-
suck. They sweep. Go on.
Sweeper
They-
is not an electric device.
Thank you.
I say sweep. Sweep
We
is
are
vacuum.
bringing logic to the word,
But
and you can't defend it.
sweep means you push stuff into a pile.
To sweep. A street sweeper sweeps.
That is how I've just always said it. It's never, can you vacuum the rug? It's no, can you sweep the rug?
With what? A broom?
You can't sweep carpet with a broom.
Mom
Nope.
and Dad, look what you did.
Sure can't do it right.
Any more comments?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, there's
we
one-
got
there's
we
lots
got
of
Justin Kelly on Facebook saying disgusting. It's crazy how often we forget about it. Not a household chore, but something I'm bad at about is trimming my dog's nails. I just forget until they get pretty long. I mean that can get pretty gross if you have an outdoor dog, but Layla's never
It
got
was
that bad.
very easy to tell when Layla's nails were long just because you just hear
Yeah,
but
just
you
need it.
heard that anyway.
No.
There's a difference. Like when she needs a nail trim, like I feel like in the winter is when people forget to do it the most.
Yep.
Because it's just, I don't know, it's a hassle and I don't know. That's just how it is. And it's just when you got hardwood or they go into like the bathroom or something and all you hear is click, 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 click. Or she has a hard time jumping up on the couch because she can't grip anything.
Yeah.
Then you're like, it's probably about that time to clip her nails.
We got Crystal as well on Facebook saying sweeping. We sweep but lag on it compared to other things, and she means brooms because they don't have carpeting in their
sweep
house.
with tile or hardwood or linoleum, whatever, with a broom, but you can't. I mean, you can run a sweeper, but you're definitely not using a broom on carpet.
I don't know if Patrick has carpet in his house. I wouldn't want carpet in that house because they don't have AC. I wouldn't want it.
I mean, it definitely keeps it cooler.
Yeah, it does. I'll agree to that. That's all I got for Facebook.
Okay. I've got, speaking of Patrick, we've got Paranormal Pativity Podcast, our friend Patrick.
Shout out to him.
He says vacuuming the stairs. We could definitely do that more
now
often.
Now I'm not certain because Crystal's his wife saying sweeping. Oh no.
Uh-oh, Patrick.
To ask him.
That's okay. Patrick broke code over
He did. We'll go into
over gaming the other night.
Go ahead.
And he put his wife on the mic. That's even worse.
Yep.
The light's off in the hallway, so don't really think about it. That's what he says. I'd be like, why? He doesn't do that.
Well, apparently he has carpeted stairs then.
So
I'd want carpeted stairs because I'd almost fall
#,
down these stairs. I'll tell you that, dude. I about had a heart attack 2 days ago. I went down.
yeah, I did.
I was having a sad moment walking down the stairs, and I just slipped. And I was like, "It's gone. I'm upset now."
So we've got #blackout podcast. They said bathroom cleaning with 2 little boys in the house. You can only imagine what the
Peeing on
toy area
everything.
looks like, or toilet area looks like, which I've heard of boys and their, yeah. So Dan from Dan and Cody podcast, he says bathrooms. A lot of people, I don't mind doing the bathroom. I don't know why.
Either they don't.
Okay, Josh.
What?
Terrible Terror podcast. Vacuuming.
Thank you.
If I don't do it, it doesn't get done.
Hey, hold on a minute. Didn't Paranormal Pativity say that too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So one thing you got to remember, especially
Properly, thank you.
for like myself, is I don't remember where I know this stat from, but an average male loses like 80 hairs a day. So for hairy guys
certain.
like myself and Josh, there's man hair all over our domiciles.
I think that's why Alyx likes to clean the bathroom so much because I get it. I'm trying to place it in one spot though, and I think I'm succeeding a lot better than I have in the past.
But I just mean in normal
think so
everyday life, you lose hair and it falls to the floor.
Right. I mean, me balding is
Why-
a real problem.
Why do
I'm not talking
bathrooms
about
have
your
to be
head.
white?
Oh, I know. I'm just giving
talking
you.
about
I'm
body.
giving you an example of like when I was really thinning like a couple years ago. Not like a standstill, but like maybe like 5 years ago, it was like really falling out. And like
It
I
was
find
just like, yeah.
I was trying to have longer hair, and you see the long. I was like, oh, okay, now it's time to just shave it down. Just get it over with. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Anything else?
Yes. I was just going to read some of the stuff on the comments here real quick on YouTube. We've got Break says, F the car, my bike, hell yeah, I washed that bee.
Oh, we're talking
Twice
about,
a week
We're back talking about the car
for
wash.
for the chores, yeah.
We're going back.
I have an empty sink every night, says my dad. My pizza stone turned brown after the first time I used it. Actually, I think ours did too.
Stone versus
That's
pan.
not a stone.
Yeah, I know,
No,
it's
that's
a pan.
not.
What? Oh, you're just showing it's not a stone, it's a pan. That's not a stone, it's a pan.
Well, stones
Something vibrated off of that. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I
stones
did.
discolor too.
Anyways, we've got we said Brigg said I'm on the side of Alyx for sweeper.
You can be wrong. That's okay.
You can be wrong.
It's all right.
You know what? I should probably just put that as like a survey question. Is it vacuum or sweeping?
No.
No, you mean vacuuming or sweeping?
Yeah.
Because that's the verb tense.
Well,
So
to
is it-
vacuum is
Is it a vacuum?
well.
Can you vacuum the carpet? Can you sweep the stairs?
Well, Alyx is right too. Vacuuming versus sweeping, or vacuum versus sweep?
Sweeper.
No, can you
No.
sweep the stairs? Can you vacuum the stairs?
Okay.
Yeah.
You can
I'm
say it
ta-
in that tense.
Verb or noun. The noun tense would be sweeper and vacuum.
Yes.
Or technically should be broom.
Isn't okay? I'm tired of hearing the sweeper thing. I can't even get it out of my brain now.
Josh,
I
I'm
hate
gonna
it
find a
being called that.
vacuum.
No,
I'm
nope.
gonna find a vacuum, and
No.
its brand name is gonna be Sweeper. I'm sitting on a landmine right now.
No.
Or landmine.
All you'll have is confused customers.
Well, she's sitting on a landmine.
I'm at a
Think she
gold
meant
mine.
gold mine.
Okay, Brett, you have a surprise for us.
Oh
So,
my god.
my forte on this show is writing trivia for y'all. The downside to that is I never get to play trivia.
Oh, okay.
So, I forgot that I bought a book of Andy Griffith trivia,
Okay.
Oh.
and I have not read it.
Mhm.
So, I'm going to give you the iPad, Josh,
Okay.
and you're going to test me.
How many we gonna do? Have you opened it up at all?
I did, but I'm going to put it on a page that I'm on, like page 6.
Okay.
So,
I'll go to page 5.
you're on page 15. It doesn't really make sense on the pages, so I'm going to put you on this page. I don't know what it says.
I don't know what it says.
Alyx, do you know anything about the Andy Griffith Show? Can you whistle the intro?
Yes. Who can't?
What the hell? Okay, so you know a lot about this stuff, I guess, here. Now, and for anybody who doesn't really know about the Andy Griffith Show, it's a really wholesome show. That
It's
was-
a
Has a
very
lot of
nice.
life
It's a very
lessons.
nice. Yeah, it's
And
a
it
nice
was,
show.
1960 to 68 or 9. And after season 5, they went colored episodes, and Don Knotts left the show permanently.
yeah.
He came back on a couple guest star appearances, but to me, the seasons 1 through 5 is the real series.
These are some intense questions, dude. This is like, you have to know this show. This is gonna. I have no idea what. Okay.
I have no idea what the answers are.
Here we
gonna
go.
be.
Here's one. In the December 5th, 1960 episode of A Feud is a Feud, how long had the Wakefields and the Carters been feuding?
87 years.
God, how do you know that? And then even I'd never heard this
Fred
family
Starr is
before.
like, I know what this
I've
is.
watched this show before. I've never heard of those guys. These are all. Are these all per episode? 'Cause it
Brett,
looks like
what year
there's
did
another.
the premiere?
1960.
Really? Okay. In the December 19th, 1960 episode, The Christmas Story, who wanted moonshiner Sam Muggins locked up for Christmas?
Ben Weaver.
You're right. On the day after Christmas, 1960 episode of Stranger in Town, I've actually heard of this one. Who was the stranger that seemed to know everything about everyone in Mayberry?
Ed Sawyer.
That's a really interesting episode. I remember hearing about that one.
Yeah.
Why did I hear about that one? Maybe it's because that one was really real or something. There's something about it. Ed Sawyer, the stranger in Town, is from where?
New York.
What did Barney think the stranger was?
A spy.
Uh-huh. Jeez, dude. I'm trying to skip around
Just
here
like
on this
skip
one.
like 4 pages.
I'm not going to bounce around that much. In the January 9th, 1961 episode, The Horse Trader, Andy makes up a story about the cannon taking up space in town square. With whom and where did Andy say the cannon was in combat?
San Juan Hill with Teddy Roosevelt.
Yes. My God, dude. Did you rewatch the show recently?
It's constantly playing.
It's
at
like
my
me and
house.
Scrubs.
It's
Well, Scrubs
like
not
when I'm
anymore.
getting ready
Used
for
to be.
work, I just turn it on. If I just need background noise, like when I'm cooking, I turn it on.
That's intense, dude. Like you just have so much. How many seasons?
Total is 8.
Okay.
The ones that I watch is 5.
Okay, it's like
1 to
Scrubs.
5.
There's total 9. We watch 8.
We watch 8. If you're a Scrubs fan, you don't talk about season 9. There is no season 9.
In January 23rd, 1961 episode The Beauty Contest, who suggested that Andy become the judge due to the fact that he wasn't married?
Ellie Walker.
That's true. Oh my gosh.
Do one more.
One more. This is a long one here. Let's see if you know this one. When named judge of the beauty contest, Andy is swamped with people wanting Andy to pick out their contestant. Who did Opie, Floyd, the mayor, and Aunt B parade in front of Andy?
Does it have, like, they all had somebody different?
Yes.
So Opie had Mary Wiggins. Floyd
Well,
had...
yes, you're right.
Opie had Mary Wiggins. Floyd had his niece, Virginia Lee, I think. Aunt B wanted Ellie, and the mayor wanted one of his daughters.
That's true. Now, they don't say the niece's name, and they say his girlfriend Mary was Opie's girlfriend Mary. Yeah, you got all those. Wow, we went through a few of these.
You should be on like some type of like
How many did we do here? Let's see,
Jeopardy or something for
one.
Andy Griffith.
There is no such thing. This is it right here.
2, 3, 4. We did like 7 questions. That's actually not bad. That was a good one. Let me do one more actually.
Okay.
Actually, no, we did 9. But I'm gonna do
I'm not sure what that means, but okay.
Ball wah wah wong.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, we'll do one more question here. In the Andy the Marriage Counselor, which aired first on February 6, 1961, what were the names of the squabbling couple?
The Boons.
Can you name their...
Fred and Jenny.
Yep. Good job. I'll go back one more page there. So what page is that? Does it tell you when you...
You can bookmark it up.
We're
at
on
the
page 17.
17.
Or 18. Yep. 18 will be the next one. Oh, okay.
Maybe we'll whip that out from time to time.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You actually got a lot of those correct. I'll have to actually...
Got all of those
You
correct.
got all of them.
That's crazy. Oh, man. Well, I think it's time we got on out of here before we do our final note. Alex, you want to go ahead and plug your Twitch?
Yes, so you'd like to watch me on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings.
What are you playing?
Honestly, right now, just Call of Duty, and we went back to Destiny finally.
We're going back on Friday?
I think we'll go back on Friday. Yeah. So definitely, like, it was like riding a bike, kind of. Like, you just pick it back up, and I just...
Some of the controls are like...
Well,
whoa.
I mean, getting on my, like, the one thing is getting on my Sparrow was, like, I figured it out, like, after I did it once to look down to see what the button was. And it was, like, after that, it was, like, click, click, click. Like, my hands just knew how to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, it's so weird. Like, you know, it's just because we played it so much. But everything else I had to try to remember when fighting and whatnot. But I was like... Just getting on the Sparrow, because we did that so much to, like, go places. I'm like, I don't know. And it's still fun. It's a beautiful game still. It's nice.
We'll have to try out Mario Golf at the end of this month.
I played... I finally got past the matriarch boss in Gears 5 that I've been stuck on for
Patrick help
2
you?
months. He helped me to where I was so angry that I had to stop, and I told him I was going to watch a video. I figured, and I had to watch a video to see what I was doing wrong, because I knew that there had to be an easier way than the way we were doing it.
Okay.
And so I went back without him and got it done with the new strategy.
Speaking of Gears, did you see the Unreal Engine test that just came out?
No.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
The next Gears is going to blow you away.
It's
Too bad it's probably going to be 2024 or later.
It might be sooner.
I don't even
dude,
think they've
Unreal
started.
Engine 5 is looking good. Like,
it looks
I thought
real.
it's scary what we're doing in video games now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I wouldn't mind doing some horror again. But just don't mute your mic.
We need to up the difficulty.
I
Yeah,
will
we could do
say
that.
that in like video game playing off stream, I did complete the new Pokemon Snap and got all the Pokemon.
Yes.
There's 214 of them.
Can't wait for the DLC.
Me too. I will say the only downgrade to that game is I thought there would be like this big, you caught all the Pokemon, hooray, you completed it, and it was, all right, congratulations. It was like a little notification. Congratulations, you finished
Nintendo
this,
hasn't really done a whole lot with their
It
reward
really
system like
irritates
that.
me that Nintendo hasn't adopted some kind of achievement system.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know what
like
they're gonna do.
I think like that they definitely need to. I mean, they have challenges and stuff which would incorporate could incorporate like a gamer score and stuff. But because the challenges right now mean jack shit.
Yeah.
Just
Like
high score.
There's no it's high score. It's
Cares
literally
about
beating
score?
your high score. I
Nobody cares
I
anymore.
don't care. So I'm like I
Unless
want
you're a leaderboard fanatic.
I want
to
100% the game, which I feel like completing all the levels, snapping all the Pokemon is for the most part 100%ing it, because there's like 8 secret Pokemon that you just don't know about that I did have to look up. There's just no way you're gonna figure it out. And a secret 2 secret areas, by the way. But beating the game I did like easily, and I just could not put the game down. But I will tell you, like, the challenges just keep coming, and it's just getting the Pokemon to do a certain pose, and it's honestly kind of annoying. Because there's no reward. There's no reward for it at all.
Alex has a gripe about a Pokemon game.
Yeah, that's like the only thing, other than I do not do any of the upload your photo and do basically like an Instagram thing to it, put stickers on it. I think that's just stupid. There's no reason for it. Like, you unlock all these stickers and borders and stuff, and then you can share like your favorite poses and pictures to the internet. And I'm like,
I don't think anybody cares about.
I don't
I don't know
care.
anybody that cares about that.
I don't care at all.
I'll say that. I don't know anybody that would.
If the challenges were for like a point system, like a gamer score, I'd be all over that. But there's no reward. You get a sticker. It's like here you go.
Maybe that's because it's for kids.
Yeah. She's appalled.
Whatever.
All right. For my stream. It's twitch.tv/Mr. L, MASTERL. You can catch me stream on Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday morning. As far as my schedule goes for playing, I've been just mainly going for Fall Guys lately. I was planning on doing Dead by Daylight. I will plan on probably doing that maybe tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, that's basically what I've been up to on my stream. As far as our podcast goes, you can make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe to our channel as well. We would appreciate that on our YouTube. Our channel is growing. We appreciate everyone who has come along and said hi in the chat and everything. We appreciate everyone who does. And you can catch us live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. As far as our social media goes, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search PTOUnlimited on your search bar. Facebook is PTOUnlimited, and so is Twitter, and PTOUnlimited_podcast on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @Lemke619.
Brett_wings.
Cute_kitty.
Final note. How do you want to start this? How do you want to end
Honestly,
it?
I don't want to go super into it, because
Yeah,
then
I
I'm going to
was
start
kinda-
crying, and I don't want to.
I was thinking the same thing.
We had to put Layla down last Wednesday, and man, I gotta say, it's been a hard few days. There's a different feeling between Layla versus Alyx the cat, and I said this to Alyx. It's kind of not fair, but you kind of get this sense. This is what I said to her over the week. I was like, okay, so when we lost Alyx, we had another cat to turn to and say hi to. With Layla, we don't have another dog right now. We're not those dog owners that have multiple dogs, so we don't have a dog to cuddle with.
And they definitely
stuff.
show affection completely different.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we.
Although I did see your picture of Snickers with her paw on you.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
cats have been kind of, vocal. Not
Yeah.
really sure what's going on. They've they've kind of had it like they're not really certain. Like, oh, where's the dog? And they just.
Stickers has come up on the couch a few times, and she's generally, when Layla was around, like, she just knew she had to be very easy stepping and cautious stepping over the blankets, because she knew Layla was underneath one, and she knew if she put a paw in the wrong spot, the blanket would jump. So, and now she's doing that and just kind of looking up at us like where is she kind of deal, and like sniffing the couch and laying where Layla was laying. But
they haven't really been looking for her. I mean, I think Nymeria's been running up the stairs thinking that she'll be at the top of the stairs.
yeah.
Like she's been doing that a lot when we're in the bathroom. She'll
I
run
still
up the
think
stairs.
just Nymeria is too young to really care. Like to really like
She'll-
she's just got so much running through her brain 24/7, and she's so derpy.
She'll
right
she'll
now,
forget about. To be honest, she'll forget about
that's her.
Layla.
Like,
She will forget
Nymeria
about
is a
Layla.
freaking derp. Like that's how I describe Nymeria. She's derp.
Yeah.
She's fluff but derpy.
So
like that's her.
We got Layla cremated, and we got her paw print.
We got
on
her paw
a,
print back
Is that
today.
clay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do like a.
So you did a little memorial thing
yeah.
for Alyx the cat. You got something planned for Layla?
memorial.
You had like a
a
got
shadow
something.
box.
Whatever that was, yeah.
And an urn.
Yeah. That it's just not back yet.
And the
Okay.
urn.
We got the exact same thing. Like Alyx is in a little marble like heart
Yep.
with her name on it. So we got that same exact thing, but in red, like a red heart with Layla's name, and then a shadow box with like a little cape.
So I'll get a
print.
photo made.
I will
here
say
soon.
it's even when I walked in, it's weird not that she's not here.
Right.
The whole like putting her to sleep process was obviously difficult, but looking at I did like a 10-minute if that stream.
Oh yeah, and that
like,
that is on
like-
her YouTube by
like
the way.
yeah, which if you want to see it, which I've had like actually 2 people at work today that as soon as I walked in said, "Hey, I saw your YouTube video," and my husband came in and said, "Why are you crying?" And she's like, "I was bawling." I'm like, but
Aw.
it's just Josh did a really good job putting it together because you
Mhm.
see, especially I can tell like it was definitely her time. She went downhill
she
in
knew
12
it.
hours.
You could sense that she knew it was time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she knew.
So-
My biggest fear was if we would have waited that night. The original plan was we got an
Couple
IV
days.
placed and we were going to do it Thursday or Friday just depending
Right.
on how she was feeling, cuz when he originally brought her in for her blood work, she was still peppy and wagging her tail, and I'm like, "All right, everything's fine." In literally 2 hours I came home and she's heavy breathing, she pissed on the floor.
What was
we had
nice
to
is you
pick
came
her up
over,
and take her out.
You got to
and-
see her like the day
did.
the
like
day of.
she was almost limp in my arms, like she just wanted to lay on me. She's like, I can't move anymore.
Yep.
And even Josh said that morning, like he gave her cancer meds and she basically looked at him and was like, there's no need to do it anymore.
Mhm.
Right.
So and then they tell you that and she was very distant with us, especially the last week. Like she was
Removing
not-
yourself.
yeah, she was removing herself
Not from the
us.
room, but
not from the
from
room,
the-
but like
from
not
the couch.
sitting directly with us.
She turned away from you guys when I was here and we were talking.
And
Yeah.
the food. She wouldn't eat.
So,
Yeah.
but I think I've told this story before. My family dog, when I was a kid, I found her she was a pup when I was 13. And I
Ooh.
think I was 27 when she died. But it was the best dog my family ever had, but she left. So, and I always believed, maybe naively so, that she didn't want us to find her body.
That's
So she
yep.
exited herself and basically just said, "See you later, thank you," kind of thing.
That is
Yeah.
that's animal instinct.
I feel like
Yes,
that's
true.
just what they do. Like
Yes.
cats, especially
And she
cats.
was an outside dog, so it makes
Yeah.
more
Oh,
sense.
yeah,
Cats
definitely.
cats will do, I feel like, their very best as long as they are able to hide.
Yeah.
Like that's how I knew our first couple cats were dying, was I couldn't find them.
Yeah.
And they were just like, well, they don't want you to see that. They're there to take, I feel like they're there to take care of you. And they're just like, no, you don't need to see this. Like
Right.
they know when it's their time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that night was definitely like, it's time.
Mhm.
And I want to say, like, right
You
as
took-
soon
you
as
took
it
the
was
whole
done,
weekend off,
I
too,
did. I
from
took, like, it was
everything.
just, I knew I was mentally just not going to be able to be in front of a camera. And it was super hard to even, like, put a smile on and laugh and stuff today. Like, it was very hard to go back to work and have people asking me about it and things like that. Because I got her when I was 18.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 32. I had her
14
my
years.
whole. I had her through college. I had her through my career. Like, she helped me through so much, and I didn't realize like how much a dog can be like so good for your mental stability, basically your
Agreed.
mental health.
Oh,
like
yeah.
until she was gone, I'm like, you know what, like, because in my head when she was still here, I'm like, we'll have a few months or almost a year, we'll just, we won't have a dog, but it'll be fine, we'll have the cats to lean on. And I almost felt guilty, but it was like 2 days later I was looking at puppies because I was like, it's like I need to have something to nurture.
Well,
and I want something that can physically show me love back.
There's no denying that dogs are more
man's best
nurturing
friend
than cats are. You know,
Oh yes.
So.
Well, and that's the thing.
Female cats are one thing. Males tend to show way more affection than females. Females are kind of like, oh, pet me. I hate you.
Yeah.
But
but we're not gonna. Not for a little while. We're going to get through the grieving process first. So
it's going to be, if we were to get another dog, it's definitely going to be another wiener dog is what people were
Will
asking.
you name it Macaroni?
That's actually pretty cute. But
I don't know. We don't have anything.
We were talking about the other day, like I think it was yesterday. I was like, I really wanted Noodle as our next one.
Noodle would be.
Because that's also just gender neutral, because I want another girl.
Well, and you should name... You name a dog name.
Yeah.
Layla was not a dog name, but that's okay.
Yeah, now we don't
are
have
not traditional.
Snickers.
Snickers is the only one.
Well, I didn't name Snickers.
Well, but Nymeria is not a cat name. Alyx is not a cat name.
Nymeria is not a person.
It's not
name,
necessarily
though.
a person name either.
Nymeria is a fictional name.
Right.
Yeah, it's a
that's just
fictional
now
animal's name.
coming
But
to
like,
the mainstream.
that's just weird. We don't have like our human animal names anymore. I mean, I like it, but it's I don't know. It's just Layla. I can't even. Josh and I cannot tell you how we came up with Layla.
No, it wasn't for any.
It was
particular
just
reason.
like we just started calling her Layla. We both agreed. Like I just it was one of those, we weren't planning it. It was, we found a dog or not found her, but like we just decided we were gonna get a dog and got a puppy, brought her home, and it was like, I didn't know if it was going to be male, female, wire hair, short hair, long hair, color. Like, I didn't know. I just knew I was getting a wiener dog for $25. Best $25 I've ever spent.
Are beagles hounds?
They're like, they're in that hound.
Are they in the hound category?
They're in the hound.
I got a comment on YouTube saying I had a beagle as a kid. They are amazing and so smart. They're
very, very food motivated animals.
Yeah. But I mean, Layla was a good dog. We'll miss her. We don't have much else we could really need to say
we kept her
before we
alive
break.
for a year and a half. With
Yeah, we
this
did.
thing.
Yes. With
I caught
bone marrow cancer.
I caught her cancer so early that the specialist didn't even like. Even the specialist the doctor talked to is like, oh, it's probably nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or maybe you give it some more time. And I was like, I mean, this is my PSA, I guess. Like, if that veterinarian that you're going to is offering or not offering just annual checkup on blood work, I do it on myself at my own doctor. But seeing things like this, which are called trends, knowing your actual normal numbers, because the number that popped us out was Layla's actual full percentage of blood flowing through her body is generally 64%, and normal for a dog is 37 to 55, so she's above normal. And when we caught it, she was 47, which is
still normal. It's
normal range for a dog, but 47 from 64 is a huge drop.
Right.
After I had just run blood work, and the specialist was like, oh, it's probably nothing, it's normal. I'm like, that's not normal. And then it just kept dropping, and then she had a seizure and like all this other stuff. And so I caught it
on the last day when we did her blood. It was 14 and
no 13. It came back as 13.
And 15
is needing a blood transfusion and your organ shutting down.
Yep. So like, that's it.
Yeah,
There's
that
no
was
more
our number. Was if we get to 15, it's time.
Yep.
And it didn't even. It went from 18 to 13.
Yep.
And
inside of a week, not even a full week.
And when her full panel came back, I checked it the next day, and she had. She wouldn't have made it through the night. No. So it was time.
But we're gonna get out of here, guys. Appreciate everyone joining. We'll catch you guys next week. Unless you guys have anything else you want to say.
Nope.
Nothing else. No. Yeah. All right. You guys have a good one. Catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.